Ah, makes sense. Ooh, I really want to watch this video later. I saw a picture of this thing, and then the guy finally is posting a video about it. Sorry, I'm just on my YouTube homepage because that's just what opens when I open up my browser. Anyways, game Steam. I guess I will open up the whatchamacallit. Tabletop Stimulator. It's so stable, and stimulating. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. So are we live yet? Audioed? Here, okay, I want to show you this. So I got this screwdriver kit. It's like a little precision screwdriver kit thing from Linus Tech Tips. And what's funny is this thing is like supposed to be like, so you can like, you know, when you're screwing, it'll just like spin. So this part like spins, and that's pretty common with these precision screwdrivers. But what they did was they put a like a bearing in it, so it's actually like a it's a whatchamacallit, fidget spinner. And so I just find it funny that the screwdriver is effectively a fidget spinner. Do you see this crazy one right here? You see this little psychopath? And then you just have this one that's just like, I'm going to loaf on the blanket. Oh, look at that little mask on the wall. Anyways. Okay. You have a you do not have a session open yet. Oh, the yeah, let me actually open up the stream too. What's better to watch on Twitch or I think Twitch is theoretically better. So I'm gonna go to Twitch. Well, I was saying for like you growing as a creator. Oh, yeah, I hear the audio now on stream, by the way. Yes, I hear me. Only me. your effects and your icons. Oh, it's here.
Test? Hello. Yes, okay, there we go. Audio. Huzzah! Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Okay.
There you go. You are also live. We are live. We're here. That was a train wreck of a start. It's not a stream if there's not scuff, you know? That's.
Should you slightly turn me down? I think.
Yeah, you might be a bit loud.
Because I'm like double your volume.
Yeah, keep saying words for a minute. Just
testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go. That's probably about right.
This is me with the game.
I think that's about right. Maybe. You might be still a little loud.
No, we're pretty even-ish.
Yeah, I think that's. Sorry. Yeah, it's easy.
Ripping apart something into my microphone.
You're good. I think it's just Discord. You're a little bit Discord's a little bit louder. So.
No, okay. No, I was Sorry, I just want to make sure there's.
Do you like the armies themed border compared to the normal one? And on my stream, sorry, on my stream.
Oh, there's yes.
The armies themed.
That's awesome. I'm just now noticing it.
I thought it was fun.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. It's because you're on my vertical monitor and not full screen, so you're like in a really small box. No, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that little AAE on the thing. Yeah, look at that. Wait, what does bang AAE do?
Oh, it
pops exclamation point.
Yeah, it comes up with the link to it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, this file you requested does not exist.
Oh, is it not?
Sorry, I'm just the Google Drive link doesn't work. Sorry, not to just call you out.
Live. Good to know. Weird.
That's. There you go.
It should be the rule book, but I'll have to fix that.
It says, yeah, no problem. Sorry.
No,
I just got excited because I saw it there.
It's good to know that it doesn't work. I know why it doesn't work. It's probably the old one.
It's also the Eye of the Tiger.
True. Well, anyway, on that note, welcome everyone. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of armies against entropy playtesting. We got Checkers here with us.
Yo.
And we are probably going to playtest one of two new solutions to our current minion problem. The current problem being, if you get to a certain point, you'll have like 20,000 minions on the board, and you're like, okay, well, there's literally... I should be able to win this game, but there's... You know, it's going to take me 4 hours to get through it, right? Because, like, minions arguably aren't that huge of a threat when you have, like, 40 minions or 40 units on your your cards, but you just can't get through all this because you don't have enough attacks, right? So we have two potential options. Checkers, if you want to weigh in, you can.
Of course.
I know you have to refamiliarize with yourself with the game in general, but
Yeah.
but here's the two ideas. Let's see. Let me double check and make sure I have this correct here, because there's two potential. So one is essentially you have 5 different minion types. They're basically all gonna function the same, but you have a deck with 5 different types of minions, right? If you draw, every time you draw a minion of the same type, instead of going next to it, they stack. And then those stacked minions have a power equal to basically
The number
2.
stacked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's option 1, which means, you know, you could draw 2 minions and it could just all stack, or you could draw, you know, whatever, 2 minions and they would just be 2 separate cards, and then as you draw more, it does that. That's option 1. Option 2 is the old god, instead of drawing 2 minions, it's only going to ever draw 1. But any sort of wasteland cards, you know, like this boy, like a Baron's, right? Instead of this drawing 2 minions, it instead basically puts 2 units on the minion cards, and it will deal that much damage. So those are the
Isn't the second option more strong?
Not necessarily, because like if you have
that's only 2 damage versus the other one was 3. I guess it's single target though.
Yeah. Well, the idea was that each time the minions would attack once for every point there is. So this would still attack. You'd basically ignore the power level on the card, and this would attack twice. But it would attack twice for 1 damage, is how it kind of
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not just making a larger point value. They still attack
Correct.
multiple times.
Yeah. That was the idea. I mean, it could go either way, really.
I thought it was just making like a super minion that had 2 units or 3 units.
I think
instead
the
of
first
1.
idea, that was kind of more of the idea, and then this one was
okay.
like, this is like, it's just a swarm, right? Like this is, you know, a swarm of, you know, whatever. 5
But you can
of
kill
them,
it. But if you attack it with a 6 unit thing and you're at 5, then it kills all 5.
Correct. Yes.
And then how do you choose how they stack? Sorry, I missed that part.
How would these stack, or would the other idea, the first idea?
I guess how would those ones stack?
These ones,
this current
so
idea with
these
the
ones
units.
you
Is it every
only-
time it spawns?
It only the old god only ever draws 1, but the barons basically will add minion or units to these in order of like which one has most. So like if this was the current setup, right? Let's just say this is the current setup. If it draws, it would go 1, 2. And then the next turn it'd be 3, or sorry, it'd be 3, 4, and then that, and then, you know, it would kind of do that sort of thing until they're all, you know, equal, and then it would just start adding.
Okay.
So it adds to the lowest first is essentially what it is.
Okay.
This one,
Interesting.
I don't know. They're both plausible ideas, but this one's maybe a little more complicated, but also maybe more balanced in the end. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's more balanced, but it's slightly more tracky. You have to track a lot more. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. I mean, what was the other one? They just all stack and they attack as one big unit.
I don't know if they stack as one big
still
unit
swarmy?
or if it's swarmy. I haven't decided on that yet necessarily, but either way, I mean, they're basically dealing damage equal to, you know, the number of cards stacked. It's just whether it's 5 attacks, or it probably should be multiple attacks. It's technically, it's
Okay,
weird because
in both situations.
I would say the weird thing is so multiple attacks is stronger early game but weaker late game for them.
Correct.
So I'm kind of unsure actually. I almost feel like because the game honestly just needs to scale more difficulty late game. So I almost wonder if it should just do one big attack.
Yeah. And then sorry, not to ask another question, but the
Go ahead.
so how do you know how many base minions, like how do they get created, and like not just assuming that they all get stacked?
So these would
That was
basically
the
just
one from
be
the god you're saying, and then
so the god would and the
add
lands
to it.
also would just have more.
Okay, but then these gods will spawn 2, so they'll spawn 2 base ones, and then the Baron would add units to each one or add stacks to these.
So,
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It's either one is adding stacks of cards, the other one would be adding units if we go the other way.
But I guess what's the difference other than visually?
Honestly, not a whole heck of a lot. I think
other than I guess the units could theoretically have it so it scales into a bigger attack, versus the other one would just be a multi-attack.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Honestly,
right?
the idea. Honestly, it could be either way, really. Well, I guess the thing is, it's if they're all multi-attacking, it doesn't really matter.
It's identical, right?
Yeah.
Am I thinking about that correctly?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just.
This is
listening, but then I wasn't sure.
No, you're right. You're right. This isn't like a fleshed out idea at all. So, obviously, cool. But yeah, the goal is to kind of figure something out, some sort of solution. Let's I guess just test the first idea first.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
And then if we have time, we'll do another one, and if not, then
totally.
whatever.
Yeah, let's do 2.
I think the way. I'm just gonna go like this.
Oh, what's that?
And then.
Is this their default cards?
Yeah, this is just normal playing cards. I don't know. We'll just do. Actually, it's gonna be easier if we just do different card types.
I'm unclear what you're trying to do.
I'm making new minions. These are gonna be the minions now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're like, what is happening?
I was like, I am unclear what you're trying to do here.
And then we'll make it.
He's like, I want to add blackjack minigame to my AAE.
What if AAE but blackjack minigame?
Balatro ? Question mark.
I don't know how many copies we need, but so each one of these is going to be a minion. They're just. but oh.
Uh-oh. I didn't do it. You did it. Absolutely no idea. I just pressed Alt on it. Wait, so what are we why are
instead
those
of using
instead of minions?
Because these are different, there's different types, and then that's how they stack. So the way this works, we'll go this, right? So if I draw one of these, and then that would stack. This would not stack. No stacking.
Oh, I see.
This would stack.
So that's the difference between the other version. Yes. That's what I missed. That's the operator that I missed.
Yeah. And the other one's just more balanced and whatever. Or like more even.
It's a little bit more simplistic, I guess. It's also because you
this
don't
one or
about
the other one.
The second one, the one with units.
Yeah.
It's more. The only sorry, not to spread out all the gods. I was just looking at them because I was like, wait, these ones spawn 2, don't they? I thought they did.
Yeah, I think.
Does the hardest god spawn 3? Question mark.
No, he only spawns 1, but he spawns 4 normal cards. This guy.
Oof. Terrifying.
Yeah. You like his passive
Good luck.
effect?
I love that. That's fair. He doesn't need a passive. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Null is the basic one. He's just the normal one.
Normal. Okay. Sorry, I forget what the rules are
Because I know we were kind of, you were unclear. Was it you can place one of each type of card?
Okay, that's what it used to be. We have officially changed it. You play.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yep, 2 of any type of card. So you draw 2,
Super.
play 2.
Draw 2, play 2.
Yep.
Okay.
One of the other big things is that if you, I'm just making sure my music isn't too loud. It's maybe a smidge loud.
Is it?
Not really, but it's louder than it normally is.
Yeah, it's a little bit louder than you, so yeah, I would say.
There we go. And it's okay if it's quieter if we're both talking. Like if I have to like fill the silence all the time, it's one thing.
Of course.
The other thing is that structures can be placed without lands. However, they are disabled until there's a land underneath them. Meaning, so like pretend this is a land, right?
But they'll still do.
So.
But they will still do unit gen?
It will do nothing. It will place a single unit. You can move units to it and away from it, but you cannot, it does not generate units. It doesn't have its base effect. It's just kind of there.
So theoretically, it could soak a hit, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically the only thing it could really do is tank. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask that question right before you said it. So.
Yep.
And no stipulation for heroes, right? You can just play you can just play heroes. No, you don't require anything other than at least a god, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go
how do you shuffle
magic?
again?
R.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, this is my. I like this one the most.
I'm trying to. I
although now
literally.
that
Did you
draw
see what
2,
just happened?
No.
I shuffled it. I shuffled it 3 times and it gave me magic. Okay.
Wow.
Destruction. Okay. Oh, let me turn.
5 or.
5. Yes, 5 and then 2 on your turn. Let me promote you so you can
2 then.
do that. Yes. So 7. 7 basically.
F.
Yeah, and let me turn hands on so we can see each other's cards.
Okay.
Yo.
I forget beats the
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot what I was saying because I got distracted because Witch's Hut is new.
Witch's Hut is new.
I think.
I
Disregard. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Theoretically, in a normal world, would we have? You would want to like in a normal playthrough. Say if we're playing like normal, not playtesting, would you see each other's hands?
Technically, it's like kind of yes and no, right? Like it's kind of up to the players. Typically, I would say.
Right?
Typically, I say no, just so one person doesn't like try to metagame the other person's like, no, don't play that, play this instead, right? Like that.
That's fair. Yeah,
it really helps with that. And then, yeah. So that's the main thing, right? But for this, like, it's nice that people can see your hand and stuff like that for like, streaming.
I
purposes
agree.
and
I
all
just
that,
wasn't sure because we've always played it this way, but I've only played it in a playtest situation, so I couldn't remember what was intended.
Yeah. Hello. I can't words. And I know who this is. And you know who this is, actually. Yeah, I think you should shuffle your card 4 times just to be safe. I don't know if I want to say her real name on the if she doesn't want me to. But
is that the person that that we hung out with all the time? Person? Female? That female?
from filming days.
Oh,
Children of War days. There you go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rebrand. Woo!
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, it took me a second. Do you want me to call you by Figaro? Nope.
Figaro.
Maybe? Figaro. I'll just call you Geefs. I don't know. Call me whatever. Do you want me to call you by your real name? Is all I'm asking. Fig. Okay. Fig's good.
Fig. Lamau. All right. So.
Jesus, good. But yeah, Fig. I like Fig. What's up, Fig? Anyway. Here we go. Let's play the game.
If she ever gets smart with you, you'd be like, oh gosh, Fig Newton over here.
True.
You know. Anyways, so I guess
what's popping? Yeah, we're just gonna do a playtest and it'll be fun. That's the goal.
So
you want to go first or should I go first?
I go first because I'm on the left.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, I get to draw an additional card.
I was gonna say
actually.
you get to draw an additional card.
Ooh, let me teleport these 3 cards to yours. No, I'm just kidding. Magic missile. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna go. Part of me's like, do I put a hero down right away? And I'm gonna say no. We're just gonna do structure with the land because it's my only land. Wait, which is this one? Wow, you have so many heroes.
Yeah, I got a bunch of
And
heroes.
lands. You actually have a really well-structured
Good
hand.
assortment.
Wow.
I don't have any spells though, and you have 3 of them.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy. That's what I was kind of half wondering.
You know what I mean?
Hero. But you can play these anytime, right?
Correct.
Okay, so.
And as many as you want. You can play them all right now.
Oh, shit.
As you notice, some of the spells do have detriments now.
Oh, really?
Yes, so they're basically a cost.
Oh, that's what that.
Yeah.
That's what that. I was like, that's a really neat little coloring that he did. I didn't actually read it yet.
You're
all
like,
right.
oh, that looks sick. Oh, it makes the game harder. Damn it.
Damn it. That's funny. Okay, this land, the land this structure is on gains double the units. There we go. Cool. So I gain 2.
Well,
I guess I'll just. Wait,
actually,
right?
so read the base effect of your forest.
Oh, this land has a structure on it. Gain 2 more units during your unit phase. So does that mean I gain 3 by default and then I gain 6?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it's strong.
Wait, all right. Sorry. Wait, yeah. And then 7. So it adds up to 7. Sorry, correct. I was trying to remember how math worked. Because it starts off at 1. Yeah. All right. This village can if this card is destroyed, you may immediately gain 5 units and place them on other cards of your choice. This is not, for some reason I thought this was one that could attack. And I don't know why I thought that. I think I was thinking of not village, but what's the other one that the
fortress?
Yeah, the fortress. All right. I guess I'll just leave the units where they're at because there's really no reason to. No, I'll leave it there. Yeah, all right, that's it.
Oogie. I'm gonna try not to like metagame you is my goal. It's been my goal for a while. I'm like, I could be like, well,
yeah, but
actually,
thank you for
like,
telling me what forest meant because
yeah.
I feel like I don't remember it being that.
So if it's a clerical error, no, it was like that. Yeah. Yeah, if it's like a clerical error that you're not figuring out, I'm going to tell you. But if it's like a strategy thing, I'm not going to tell you.
Of course. Yeah, totally. Okay, let's do it.
Now what do I do?
Text me? I leave my house. Go ahead. Let you know when I'm 15 minutes away from you. Okay. Sorry.
I'm like partly tempted to do almost the same thing, but I can't quite get as much value out of it. So I think I'm gonna play an Osgathian warrior.
Oh, you don't say.
Indeed.
Yeah, this guy. Wait, never mind. I was getting confused with the paladin.
I guess a swamp.
A swamp?
Yeah.
So are you anticipating your guy dying? Okay.
Maybe some might die.
You should have put your necromancer out.
Yeah, but what if my necromancer's the guy who's gonna die?
That's so true. Who's gonna die first?
Actually got a death org. I kind of forget. You may allocate units past 1 on cards, destroying that card. Right? If one of your cards is destroyed, gain 2 units. Okay, right. I forgot. He got reworked a bit. He was too strong.
Wait, what does it mean? You may allocate units past 1.
So
cards.
I could take 1 unit off this swamp, give it to him, and then this card dies.
Oh.
Which then gives me 2 units on my god as well. Because his other passive.
Should you say below 1?
If you may
Last
allocate
one? No, I think
units-
it's fine. I just didn't understand it, but that makes sense. No, I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it could even say, like, you may allocate units to 0. You know, instead of past 1. I don't know. Maybe that could be a little clearer. But...
Sorry.
No. That's exactly why we're playing this game. So do not... let me make a note. Maybe better... clarity.
Because after you explained it, it makes total sense. But before knowing
yeah.
that, it didn't make sense. Or I wasn't clear.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
All right. Old God's turn.
Oh god.
So we're gonna shuffle that. We're gonna shuffle this, and then we go. A siege engine.
Holy guacamole.
Like, doesn't do anything on its own, but we'll see. It's endangering your village though. Another muck, which is already gonna attack your village.
That's okay.
A blighted marsh. So these things come in disabled, although this does have a passive effect which draws a minion.
So why is it coming disabled? Sorry.
All wastelands come in disabled now. It's kind of
like because the effects of all these cards are gonna happen this turn.
Yeah, and then this happens next turn. Yeah, disabled is like turned off for 1 turn essentially.
Understood.
Well, with exception, of, you know that, but disabled until
Yes.
And then 2 more minions. Cool. That is that. Now they are going to... Sorry, I was just looking at what was going to happen here. Siege Engine does make all monsters and minions attack structures, so they are going to attack your village. This one was going to attack your village anyway. So it does want to attack, kills your village.
No problem. That's exactly what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's going for the early game units.
I had anticipated this. Oh god, I put that 2 thing on top of my thing and I can't get it on.
Oh yeah, if you
right, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was like, let's think about this differently.
And then these would attack structures if there were any more of them, but there are not, so they attack my warrior, which goes 1, 2, 3 because they're. Oh, actually, I did download something.
Wait, what does that mean?
You might need these.
Oh, monsters and minions.
Yeah, I might end up making those icons bigger. I think it's probably going to be a thing
they're
I
a little
do.
small.
Yeah.
I just have to remember what the icons mean. It's really, it makes total sense. I love the icon system because it makes it way less wordy, but at the same time, I have to like remember the translation.
Yep. And that's why, you got.
But I think the playboard makes it so much better.
Oh yeah, I guess you can look at these, right? Yeah, or and I've got the little cards.
You do have those as well, but I've just been using the playboard, the thing you've made here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I think is extremely helpful.
Yeah, but I think I'll probably make the font a little bit bigger, or maybe see if I can make the icons bigger without making. I don't know. I have to figure out how that works in Dexterous, but okay. Actually, I do gain. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Okay. That's it. That's his turn. This becomes active, so next turn it will draw a minion. We are back to me.
Wait,
or to you. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, I usually go first.
Play first. Yeah, I'm so used to playing on the left for whatever reason. This is how it's always been. I don't know. Quick question. With another muck, when it says first death, another player of your choice may draw a card. Does that mean that you're theoretically having it so you could have more people?
It's set for future not expansions, but the idea that there could be more people playing.
Okay. Cool.
Because I have done that before.
I didn't understand language before. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it originally said that, but yeah, I specifically wanted it so it's like, yeah, another player. In case if you want to play with more people, and then it's that language is clear. I have so many cards already. It just feels like you have a lot.
Oh, it's because I'm drawing 3. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
How much does the hero need? Crazy, bro.
This.
Sorry.
This hero gains 1 unit for each land in your current unit phase. Oh, it's a druid. I thought it was the archer for some reason. All right. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
They're both elves, you know.
Yeah. For each, which one? Each structure or land? Sorry.
Land.
Land. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do land because I think lands are just amazing. And then we'll put, although I do kind of need, whatever.
You managed to put everything in the wrong spots.
I realized now. Disregard. I realized after I looked up and I was not. Oh God. All right, that's toxic.
Sometimes they're hard to move. You gotta like grab them by the corner.
I had just zoomed in a little bit more. I was kind of zoomed out. All right, so let's do. Oh, sugar plums. Actually, okay. I'm gonna undo what I did. Hey, I gotta play this game correctly.
Please.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Well, actually, no. Here we go. This hero, and I want to put out. Is this my only other structure? Wait. You should everybody your. Wait, what's the energy symbol mean?
It's the red effect.
Oh, your triggered effects.
Which kind of doesn't really help you right now. Sorry.
May give your cards in your hand. Okay. But that's not really that helpful either. Oh, trading post. Units on this card may be moved to any of the cards in the choice the number of players. If the structure has 5 or more units on it, gain 1 unit for every controlled player. Structure per turn. Well, sure, I'll do that. Why not? Okay, so we need to do that, and then now we're in unit phase. So just leave that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's that. And then when do I would think that I would gain my unit starting next turn, right?
Correct.
On the trading post.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I actually even made a note to like say during unit phase for that kind of stuff, or like during the phase it's in potentially. I think that's I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess. Oh. I'm gonna actually attack the siege engine, I think, because I think that's really interesting.
All right, yeah.
Wait, draw 3 cards, play one of your choice, or reshuffle the rest. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do that, and then I only take what, half damage, right?
Correct. Round whatever it says.
So it's 4.
Round.
Wait. And it takes damage during the attack. Round up. Yeah, so I only take 4 damage from that.
Correct.
2, 3, 4. Cool. So that's dead. I don't know. Is there a graveyard for this yet?
This card goes here. Yeah. And then you get to draw 3 cards, play 1, reshuffle.
1, 2, 3. I know, right?
Embassy's a new one though, which is interesting.
Yeah, Embassy's really interesting. I want to play it. Wait, oh, Bridge is OP. That's what I heard. I heard Bridge was OP. Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Does it get its own unit phase?
Not when it plays. No, it's just.
So theoretically, it's only going down with 1 for now.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, it's your turn. Sorry.
It's my turn.
It's taking forever, but it's okay.
You're good. Not a problem. I will go while you struggle.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot how to play the game. You play in this tabletop simulator all the time.
I have 900 hours in this game. That's not even a joke.
I know when you're like pasting out the minions, I was like, ooh, this guy is a professional. I see.
Somewhat of a professional. God, do I want to just do village swamp, or do I want to?
Should I magic missile, by the way? The nether muck? I'm gonna magic missile the nether muck.
Okay.
That makes total sense to do. Hey, Beetle, can you draw another card for me, please?
Yeah.
For you?
Oh, thanks. I'm so glad you chose me, of all people.
Yeah, you're welcome, Beats. Wow.
Also, I gain a unit because the monster died. Is something. A graveyard.
That's the POG.
That's the POG. I think.
I'm just kidding. Say POG instead of POG. You're like a psychopath.
I think Necromancer is play number 1. I think Necromancer and Swamp are getting nerfed, but we'll see. At least Necromancer
minions, I guess, right?
Yeah, at least Necromancer is. I think Necromancer needs to have minion removed from its thing, but we'll see.
Hey, can you play structure, please? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, actually, I guess it does give you. I think that
you
is
don't
what
have
I'm gonna
to.
do. No, I think village is the play here. I could do more land, but
it's also unit gen. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it gives me just as much unit gen. Well, it will.
Oh, well, I guess
it gains 2 whenever it gains.
I guess I'm just saying that it'd be difficult for you to, because you're not gonna have too many units to disperse this turn.
Yeah, not this turn, but it'll be okay. So I gain 1 here, and then I guess I just put it on my Necromancer. I use my... Actually, no. I put it on my Osgathian Warrior. Order of operations matters here.
Agree.
Let's see. Do I want this on here?
Oh, you get to draw another card if you kill a muck.
So here's what I do. I use my Osgathian Warrior to attack the Nether Muck.
Oh.
He dies. I lose 2 units here. I gain 2 units here. I gain a unit here. I draw a card. And then I attack with my Necromancer to kill a singular minion. Which I guess there would be a minion discard pile now, which is kind of weird. But, here we are. It's technically in the rules.
Well, wasn't there always a minion discard pile? Question mark?
They're all the same. So technically there is, but... you just kind of just put them back on the same pile.
Oh, you just put them back on top. You're right.
In the rule book, technically it says put them in a discard pile, and then after the pile is done, reshuffle. But that makes sense. That's for the potential inclusion of more minions once the different minion types. So, any hoodles, that is my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay.
So it goes to the old gods phase.
Well, wait. No, that's fine.
Oh, I'm waiting.
No, we're good. I forgot I had to.
I'm getting a smidge of lag every now and then. I figure out why that is, but...
Don't lag. No.
Good heavens, no. Sorry, I was just making sure that was working. Okay.
Good heavens, no.
Heavens. Okay. Here's what we do. We do card draw. So it draws 2 cards. A Chaos Worm.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
A Barons. Using disabled. And Stupefy. All players must discard a card from their hand. I will discard. I think Graveyard.
I feel bad. But I think I'm going to do the exact same thing.
There you go.
I was going to do the Witch's Hut, but I feel like Graveyard, is that new too?
Beats up
Lose the effect on
Squishica.
it?
Hmm?
I am Squishica.
What do you
I love
guys?
it. I don't. Is Graveyard new, or at least the
Yes,
effect
Graveyard
new?
is new. Yep, Graveyard's new.
Okay.
Okay, that is done there,
Cool.
and then he
Sweet. I
draws
think we're all
3 minions.
pretty okay here.
1, 2. We still haven't actually had one stack. There we go. I was gonna say it had to
Oh,
happen.
jeez Louise.
So
Yeah.
this is actually kind of cool.
Whoa, what's that? Oh,
Counts the stacks.
wow.
Hear me out.
What-
Use a soul jar. Wrong game, but close enough.
What game is that?
No, we were talking about. There's 2 different items we were talking about making for Blackridge.
Blackridge?
I found out that I forgot to add equal number of tools to all the other cards, and I have to make a new tool, unfortunately. And Soul Jar was one of the ideas, and I'm not 100% certain I'm gonna go with it, but
Well, hear me out. You could use a soul jar.
Hold on. Hello, Lovecraft. Let's see. I'm not sure,
That's fair.
I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask this, but Heroes is deliberately misspelled Heroes for lore or other reasons? Probably not.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
I'm
totally
mortified this is the first thing I'm saying in chat after following you all these months. Well, first of all, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming to hang out. Where is it misspelled is the real question.
It's literally on the board, Beetle. It's H-O. It should be H-O-E-S. Heroes, H-E-R-O-S, can be used to refer to a type of fish, actually. According to the Google
okay,
AI.
So it's just
I googled it for you, so nobody has noticed that the proper plural of it requires an E after the O.
No one has noticed, and mostly certainly not me because I'm very dyslexic, but I also very much appreciate it because I will not catch that mistake.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But
Plot twist, this is a fishing game. That's what that's what Fig said.
Yes, indeed. Heroes needs to be spelled.
That's sad. I feel kind of bad.
Oh no, it's totally fine.
Hero. Well, you don't have
Heroes.
a plural on your card thing. It's only
Yeah. And it's an icon.
it's
of that
hero.
thing.
It's only plural on the board, so.
I'm laughing, but I'm covered in uncomfortable embarrassment sweat at this moment. Please forgive me. No, you're totally good. I really actually appreciate it. I totally appreciate it.
Yeah,
That is the point of playing this game for all y'all to see.
Oh, hey Beetle.
This is spelled
In your
wrong,
rule
really
book,
good.
you actually spelled heroes correctly.
Well, that's because I ran it through spell check. This is in Photoshop.
That's fair. Sorry.
No,
I thought I'd look.
No, but yeah, no, please point out any mistakes. This is definitely the time to do it because this is, you know, we're playtesting to get rid of a lot of mistakes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very happy you did. On the board.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, welcome on in. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, and thank you for you know, saying that you said you've been here for months, so I appreciate you lurking as well. If you're also someone who works on games, you can feel free to share any of that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people who are here do that kind of thing, so love to hear about any of that if that is something you do. Anyway, Chex, what's up?
Let's see how it goes against these minions.
True.
I forget actually how minions work. Do they attack the weakest first?
Attack strongest first. So.
Oh, okay, got it.
So 1-2 to your monk.
Yep.
Then Chaos Worm
Strongest minion
also attacks
or
your
unit.
monk.
Hero,
down.
I mean.
Yeah, 3. Now it's tied. This is a. Okay, this is the determining factor. Do we do 2 attacks or do we do? I think it should just be 1 big attack, honestly.
Agree.
Okay.
Do you have a coin?
I can take it.
I'll go heads, you go tails.
If my stuff dies, I get more stuff. So I'll tank it.
Sure.
And then
I'll take one.
You take one. Yep. We're live.
Okay. Oh wait, this guy's not disabled anymore? Question mark, or is that the one? Oh
this
no,
one
this
was
is
not.
the one
that one
was.
already drew one, and then this one is
Perfect. Sorry, I was. You are.
Now it is your turn.
You know what actually is OP, by the way? Or not OP at all, by the way. But a strong thing about the Desperate Mage's Shield is if you use it against the Paladin in the Last Dawn, it doesn't matter. The negative effect is not negative.
Well, it technically disables their unit regen. So.
Oh, okay.
Gen,
so it disables unit gen. Okay, I lied. It's not. Never mind.
Why is the mage desperate? That's a great question. Ask Kyle.
Wait, what? Wait, what mage?
It's Desperate Mage's Shield. She asked, why is the mage desperate? I think it's the idea is like you're desperately trying to defend yourself, but...
Oh, that's... Yeah.
But,
that's funny.
You know.
Okay, sorry. Actually, I should not do that yet. Let's draw my 3 cards first. Ah! No, I don't want to kill it. No. All right. Mr. Spell Guy over here.
It would make more sense if it was the Desperate Monk. So silly poo. I don't see how, but there's a joke in here that I'm clearly not getting. He doesn't get it. I really don't. It would make more sense if it was the Desperate Monk. Nope. Still won't get it. I tried to get it. I read it twice even.
Gosh, Bill, you don't get it?
I'm the worst.
I'm kidding.
Keep drawing spells. It's wild.
I know. That's what I said. All right, so I'm gonna also play this.
The celibacy? Is that a oh, like desperate? Wait. Yes. Well, okay.
Oh shoot. Okay. Before I forget, I just want to teleport that, and then this does not.
There you go.
Trigger that. Okay, cool. Now unit phase. So
yeah. The new
structure. You have structure. I have structure. So that's 3 points.
Yes, it includes itself. So yeah, 3.
Cool. 1 there, and then this is and then that doesn't do anything, and then that gives itself 5. Okay, cool. All right, so now
looking pretty beefy over there. They're also
it's because I've had a lot of extra play cards. I've had 2 extra play moments.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that, the cognitive enhancement play there.
Cognitive, and then the other one that I had, I forget what it was, allowed me to play a card. Okay, so let me get...
Oh, the killing the bad guy. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, right, okay.
I was like, what was that?
When this monster dies, old god plays 3 minion cards. Oof. Okay,
yeah,
I feel like I just need to kill some minions here.
Yeah.
All right, so how do I kill the king? I can kill it by just taking 2 units of damage, correct?
Yeah. So this would be treated, as if it were a 2 cost thing.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm kind of finding this decent so far. This current mechanic. I don't hate it. We'll see how it goes, but.
Okay, I am going to attack this minion with my merchant.
Okay.
Wait, remove 2 units from this card. Move this card directly to another player's space. Sorry, I just forgot. I just didn't read that. Okay, cool. So I do that, and then I take my all right. I take my 1 unit of damage, and then I will attack the 2-for one with my monk, and I'll only take 1 damage here.
Oh yeah.
And then cool. Oh, and sorry, when those died, I gained 2. So so how does Butcher work? Does that count as killing 3 then in total?
No, I think it only counts as. I think it counts as 1 for the.
Okay.
It would count as 2, right? You kill the ace and then the.
Well, I killed the 1 on the left, 1 on the right, but I was curious about the stack.
I think the stack counts as 1.
1 death.
Which these need to be nerfed anyway, like Necromancer, Swamp, and whatever. So I would say then if attack all at once, it should give multi. It should do what we just said, but if they attack individually, I think potentially it could be the other way. That makes sense. Right. Yeah. If they all do like individual attacks, then
I would say it should be multiple deaths.
Yeah, because this is treated as 1 big monster. I feel like it should be treated the same for it dying as well. Yeah.
Correct.
Consistency.
But I was just saying be consistent on both of those, because I know we decided on this time it's not going to be multi-attack, but if it were to be multi-attack, we should do that. Okay. Anyways, cool. That's the end of my turn.
Cool. It is my turn. I draw 2 cards.
It are my turn to die.
I also drew a Paladin.
Wow. Paladin, I think, is cool.
Paladin. I definitely missed something with the solitaire cards showing up here. Yeah, I'm testing out some game mechanics. So we're trying some stuff out with some minions, so they like have different sort of stacking mechanics. So you don't ever have the board filled with like 30 minions. Instead, they just grow in power after a while. So that's the concept. But yeah, so we're just using these as placeholder cards, so I don't have to like make new things up before we test them out. Cool. And then do minions have a design? Yeah, the minions look like I deleted their minion cards.
I was looking for them too, but
I got this. At the bottom here. Oh god. Scrolling doesn't make it larger. It just scrolls through the pages.
Sorry, I just did it too.
They're at the bottom there. I think there might be like a... I don't know. I deleted them off the board. But yeah, they have a little
Wait, you gotta keep it on the last page though.
Oh, just so you can have me.
With the holding the heart, it's so cute.
Yeah. Can we get some heart emotes in the chat?
Nice. This guy's a streamer or some shit.
It's a streamer or something. I think I go with an archer for sure. And then
yeah. Do you have to have 8 units on it still? Oh, 10 more units on it.
Yeah, so it went back to its old
Oh
ways.
yeah, I was gonna say it changed, right?
It went back. It went to an ability, and now it's back at a
cool.
Whatever effect. Just because Bridge was reworked yet again, so but it allows for
this guy makes a video about it, but decides to rework it again.
Well, no. That was at the end when I was like, and this was done, and then we decided to change it again.
Oh, okay, I forget.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay.
But yeah, I think here I can.
Desperate mages. Sorry. All right.
Let's see here. Okay, so we gain 1 unit here, 1 unit here. That's it. I don't quite get. So 1 goes here. 2. Oh crap. How crazy am I feeling? I think I'm gonna use my god to my advantage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a little short. So what I am gonna do?
Do you wait? Okay, yes, you can use it. I was gonna say I could. Can't I give you trading post units?
You can actually, yeah. I just
Sorry,
want them. I just
if you want to
literally-
kill your
yeah, yeah.
swamp, you can, just
No,
because it's cool.
I was killed my mountain, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me take one of those if that's cool.
Yeah, take one.
I just need one, so.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So.
So here's the thing, I could get, if you give me 15, I could kill both of them.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? It doesn't. It removes your like.
That I
extra
will lose
special
my extra unit
gen.
gen, but that's okay.
Okay.
I got extra units from the butcher, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll go down to 1. You go up to 15.
Okay, and then I will just take this guy and kill both lands. Right.
Cool.
Okay, so this one dies. Each player.
I don't have any orange
may-
effects. Oh, I have one. Move this card to
Yeah, I
another
was looking.
player's play space. Huh. Well,
So either I can move them over to my thing, but that doesn't really help you, unfortunately. At least not when they don't have any
Yeah.
units.
now that it has no units, yeah, the whole play of that card was I was leaving it with no units to like let this my paladin tank, but could take units if need. But now there's no units on my trading post, so so disregard. Yeah, I don't think I can really trigger that.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you 2 units on your butcher, which is like meh.
From what?
Because it triggers. It triggers.
Oh, I didn't read the other
or,
one.
Yellow or red effects. But probably the most economical one is just.
Oh, I didn't see
using
the red. Sorry.
Just doing my village, which gives me 5 somewhere.
Oh, is it only a singular?
Yeah, it's trigger any.
Oh, any
whatever.
for free or activate any.
Yeah,
I thought it was all. You're right.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, you do your thing.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put 5 units on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or
Wait, how'd that
actually,
Oh, is that
village can
count as
put them on
ability?
any. No, village. You may immediate place 5 units and place them on one of your other cards. Actually, it probably should just be this guy.
Wait, how did it get destroyed? Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's
I
just
understood.
activating.
I got it. I got it. I'm not smart.
So I lose. Oh wait, technically my archer's dead if I do that.
Do what?
I'm thinking this through. Oh no, I just play Mage's Shield.
Yeah.
It's 15.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
you
I
killed your
would
archer
just
on
die.
accident.
So I do
You
this.
did almost kill your archer.
I play this. He disables. Okay.
Scary. But
Hold
I guess
on.
you hold on to all 15 units? Question mark.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually
Which
really
is
strong.
Very very strong. And then I guess
But
I'll
you can't
give.
use it next turn, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll give 5 to. Yeah, I guess I'll give it to my warrior. Why not? And then these both die, or that dies. This is dead. Oh, you get to play a card for free.
Me?
I think it's both players, right? Each
Sorry, I didn't
player
read
may
that
play
one.
a card for free. For freezies.
Just
I'm
out of my
gonna-
hand, right?
Yep. Let's do another. Okay, and then I will also attack with my 2 other guys here. Do we want to just kill the? Yeah, we'll just kill the 2 minions here.
Yes, the minions, correct.
He gains 1 back. He gains 1, 2, 3, 4, and then both these die.
Okay.
That's my turn. All right, bad guy turn.
Whew.
He
Okay.
draws a shade. He draws a Ravager, which is actually really scary after a shade. And he draws another Ravager, which is very scary after another Ravager. Oh, we are hitting an ad break. Is your how are you doing on your time thing?
I have not gotten a text to let me know that they're 15 minutes away, so unfortunately not yet.
I was just checking. trying to decide if we just take a break or if we just keep going. Probably gonna just keep going. It's gonna be a long game anyway. So
yeah, but yeah, I take a while anyway. So wait, oh shoot, do they attack right away?
1, 2, 3, and then sorry, 2 minions.
Yeah, they attack right away. What am I thinking? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. This looks really tough.
It's gonna be kind of scary. So
wait, jeez, we're just gonna lose? No, that's fine.
No,
right.
we're fine. It's attacking a lot of our weaker guys, which is interesting, but we'll see. Chaos Worm attacks strongest hero, which is my
no,
archer.
it's not right. Or oh, you're only protected once. You're right.
Yeah, 1, 2. Shade then attacks weakest hero, which is your either or there.
I'm gonna do my druid.
Okay. Then Ravager, because its attack order is changed by the previous card.
Oh, it's weakest again.
It's weakest again, so I guess it didn't end up mattering.
Yeah.
And then the next one, because the Ravager attacked the weakest, it's attacking the weakest again.
Which is your necro.
Is almost saved by the other heroes dying because it gains a unit per thing.
Oh,
but then it dies.
But that's oh wait. Actually wait.
I mean it's
have you been
this would
1, 2, 3 get 3 on your swamp.
It's actually 6 because my village is on top of it.
Yes. So gain 6. Sorry, I just want to make sure we don't forget about it.
+2 for God of Destruction.
Correct. And then the 2 minions.
2 minions who just attack strongest, which is my guy.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that was a little rough, but not the worst thing.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's only attackers, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right.
It's odd.
Ever punish question mark? Okay. Okay, so let's do unit gen. All right.
Who's Jen? Why does she like unit so much? Teehee. Yeah, I can probably. God, I really need to organize my. Wait, that's wrong. Really need to organize my my file folder here and whatever. Yeah, the minions. Now that I have a second here, minions look like this. This is the current design of the endling, but I do want to have more designs if we end up going with this dealio. Although I do want to have more minions in general with potentially different effects, but we'll see.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna attack a Ravager with my monk. So that's 3 damage.
Deal.
So
that
there we go. That's dead.
So he dies and it kills a minion.
Yep, and then I'm going to kill the other Ravager with, or in this gains 1, and then that kills the other Ravager, which goes down by 5.
Actually.
No. Oh, really?
Because you kill this and a minion dies.
Oh, cool. So then 1, 2. So that goes up by 2 as well.
Yep.
And then this guy can attack, and he will attack. Well, I didn't.
Shade kills you.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm.
If you want to kill the Chaos Worm, I don't mind trying to kill the.
Then I kill
minions
Chaos
that
Worm.
Come back. Yeah.
Plays 3 minion cards. Cool.
1,
Well, I mean that's
2.
That's my turn
3.
as well.
It's surprisingly not stacking the minions that much.
Yeah.
But I feel like enough that it isn't too bad though, right? Like it can never get worse than 2 more cards. Which I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway. Ooh, literally the perfect card draw. To deal with Shade.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I also think I kind of want Farm for the funsies.
This freaking Deckard Cain looking ass. I'm just kidding.
Looking at. Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't butcher that whole time. 1, 2, 1, 2. I was at 1. I killed what, 5 units in total?
You killed. Yes, 5.
So I killed 2 Ravagers, 2 minions,
Yeah.
and a Chaos Worm.
And a Chaos Worm. Yep. My Archer would still be disabled, right, until the end of this turn.
Correct. I would think, right?
Yeah. So maybe I don't play a farm. Maybe I just play my Druid, as it were.
Yeah, you have a lot of lands. It's really strong.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be better. So I don't really have to deal all that much damage. I just have to hit a few things.
Yeah.
I will be leaving a singular minion, but
That's okay. I plan on destroying the next ruin, I think.
2 there.
With my Demolish, if there is one that spawns.
Deal.
Just to get ahead of it, you know?
Why is it so laggy?
I do have a feeling if I dump all my units onto my trading post, we have a chance of, after this butcher kind of does insane unit gem, we may be able to get crazy with it.
Oh, I'm like distributing units before even doing unit gem.
Yeah.
1, 1, and 3. There we go. Okay. So I guess these can actually go elsewhere. I guess I'll buff up my front line a little bit. I guess actually no, I will buff these a little bit too.
Is there a reason why you would buff your god to have more units, or?
Not really. Those probably should go up somewhere.
Cool. Sorry, not to metagame.
No. I don't mind
if
you
you're doing it
metagaming
for a reason.
I don't mind you metagaming me because it's like,
yeah, that's fair.
You know, yeah. Okay, that seems good. All right, I will attack with my priest, losing 2 units to kill the Shade. Negative death effect does not trigger because that is his passive. I gain 2 units on my swamp. And then I'm just going to take out 2 minions with each one of my other heroes here. And then I guess I gain more units on my swamp. Don't forget about your necromancer.
Oh, necromancer too. Yeah, you're right.
I killed 3 things, so yeah. There we go. That's all he's left with.
Okay.
So now it is the old god's turn. He draws a shard brute.
Whoa.
Ooh, ambush, which we'll see how that goes. So he gets to draw 3 cards. If they are monsters, which one of them is, they are drawn. The other ones are thrown away.
Oof. My God.
And so that's like a net neutral there. And then a blight might. Which is slightly bad for you. And then...
Wait, why?
Because they attack weakest land.
Ooh, cringe.
Yeah.
I forgot that they existed. That's probably why you were keeping extra units on there.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Does anything else attack lands?
Nope, that's it. And then
Yeah, forgot they existed.
2
I think they're
minions.
newish.
They're, yeah, somewhat new. They're the first enemy added to the game. Oh, we get a stack here.
Oh,
Let me spawn my stack thing, because I find that fun.
I think it's cool.
Oops. There, that works. Okay. Now they attack. So first mini attacks strongest, which again is, well, this guy's active technically, but 1 to him. Shard Brute attacks strongest as well. If it destroys the card excess, goes to the next card in the order.
Wow.
But
Cool.
it does not kill it. Nether Muck is going to attack strongest structure for 4, which is your
Me.
butcher.
Oh.
Which,
1, 2, 3, 4. Cool.
there we go. Blight Might attacks one of your 2 lands. Keep in mind the ones on top of it matter. But,
I can still take the units off, right? Oh.
yeah, yeah, you just wouldn't gain them. And
Oh,
you can
I guess
put, you
you're
can put a
right.
land underneath it like after.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was just
wanted
wanted to make sure you considered that if it mattered.
Yeah.
And then the queen does 2 to the strongest, which is going to be your monk or necromancer. Done deal.
Okay. Cool.
All right, you're up.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna use that.
Yeah, divination needs to be a little bit cheaper. It's, I think, a little too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, you're losing 3 cards kind of a lot. Especially when you just ordered the next 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those ones that's like, it needs to be pretty cheap.
Okay, well, I have to play a land. And then
You're kind of in a weird spot with cards. A bunch of structures and spells.
Yeah.
That's kind of why the rule was put into place, where you can place a structure, is so you can like at least have it to like tank something if you needed it to.
Okay, cool. So still 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I don't think I gained units last time, but that's okay. On my hero or on my paladin, but that's fine.
I do not remember.
I'll remember it next time. Okay.
I don't know how much of a next time there'll be. We're pretty close to killing
I
this
know.
guy, I feel
I'm really,
like.
I think if I play this correctly, I think I can do it. I could potentially do it.
We need 25 to kill the old god, but maybe.
I know, but I have 12, 24, 26. So I have 26 technically that I can allocate.
Yeah, and honestly, if you don't, I probably can.
I was gonna say I could teleport you over, so I think we can win this turn. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is we have to attack 5 times in total, right?
Part of your choice is disabled until the end of your next turn. Sorry, I couldn't remember what the shard brute negative effect was.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm debating on how to handle this. 1, 2, 3.
Take your time.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then let's just put everything onto this. So 12. So 25. Okay, so if I think about this in the sense of order here, we could do okay.
Sorry, never mind. Don't mind me. I'm just looking at there's the indicator on the top of the queen. If you look down, oh wait, never mind. It was like 12 feet in the air a minute ago. It's like it looked right when it was like in the air, but when you like pan down, it was like hovering. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to use my merchant to kill this Blight Mite.
Okay.
Okay. So that goes down by 1. And my Necromancer goes up by 1. This goes up by 2. And then I'm going to then... Wait, did that make sense? I forget why that made sense. I felt like I was going to do something with this guy. I think I was supposed to put an extra point on that, but that's okay. And then I'm going to just use my Cleric of Solace. I guess I'm going to kill him because I'm a dingus. And kill this guy. So add 1 to this. 2, 2, 1, 2. And then I'm going to then use my Soul Fist Monk to kill the Shard Brute.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then +1, +2, and then I will, I guess, attack. Oh, sorry, this is dead. I'm trying to map this out in my head, but I think I did it right. And then I will use my Necromancer to attack the the Nether Muck.
Okay, which dies once I draw a card. This is the card you were originally. Well, although this card's different now, the waste or the Osgathian Fortress is now the Wastelock Fortress. But that
interesting, cool.
It was to go along with the theme because it fits the barbarians a lot.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, and the card I disable for a turn is gonna just be my planes for whatever reason. How do you do that? I go into that mode, and then I'm going to tell. Could I give a your merchant of Osgatha all the units from my trading post?
Correct. Well, so yeah.
I guess I could do that anyways.
Trading post. So basically, any hero can get right now. Like once I'm in
player allocation phase,
I can allocate. Well, merchant can take it from trading post at any time. So you could do that right now. You could put like 2 units on merchant and send them over to my board if you really wanted to.
But it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
But at this point, I just win. Really.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I have 2 attacks.
I don't even have to teleport, do I?
You don't. You don't. We're good here.
All right. Well, I guess let me know which unit you want all of my points on.
We'll so literally, yeah, it matters.
Or do we just hit
0%.
the solitaire button and just win?
We'll give the I don't know. I'm partial to the druids, so we're just gonna steal this. There you go.
Yeah, sure.
And then you know, this guy kills the nether muck. This guy kills this guy. And then I aim and I fire. Pah!
Nice. I probably
Yes.
thought it through slightly more than I should have, but it's okay. We got there in the end.
That's kind of the fun of the game, is thinking
Yeah.
the thing through. So, because yeah, honestly, you didn't even need to, because if you didn't give me that many units,
I guess you could have just negated everything, right?
well, I would have just killed everything and gotten a crap ton of units on my god, and then
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. So he's kind of got like a finisher move.
That's true. Yeah.
It's kind of nice because he's kind of like only really good if you're losing or if you're about to win.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. But I liked it more than I thought I would. But
yeah,
what do you think?
I will say a butcher feels slightly too OP, question mark.
Honestly, all those kind of have been.
Well, you know, the one unit is less aggressive. The 2 units per minion kill that's pretty strong, I think.
Yeah, Swamp, Necromancer, and Butcher. Butcher, I'm like a little bit like, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I just say that potentially you could say if minion kill only gain 1.
Yeah, so minion kills get 1, monster kills get 2. Like that.
Yeah,
that could be
I could say that could be a potential balancing, because I mean I got most of my units from my butcher.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I said, yummy.
Yeah, part of this, like, I was expecting minion draw based on, or with stacking, I was expecting it to nerf Swamp and Necromancer and Butcher, but
Yeah,
it's not by that much. Maybe if we had luck of the draw and they were all stacking, maybe, but
well, how many of each did you do? Like, you did 13 of each, right?
Yeah, it was like 12 of each or something. Yeah, 13, 12, 13, whatever. But, and then there was 5 different types.
5?
Right? Or four different types, sorry. Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't stack. We only got a 2 stack twice.
Yeah.
Granted, they didn't draw too many minions, I feel like, because we got a lot of monsters this time. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's why I was honestly kind of felt unbalanced. But actually now maybe I'm thinking about it, maybe it was just because we had so many monster draws instead of wastelands and ruins.
We also did kill 2. They had 2 minion drawing lands, and we killed them both in one shot. So
you're right. Yeah. So maybe we just we managed it better.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like, it's a little bit of like RNG based on like the stuff we had versus the stuff they had.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But
interesting.
I didn't feel bad about it. It felt easy, but at the same time we did lose a bit of stuff, and I feel like to a new player that would feel like,
yeah, maybe it's just because we're so experienced. It sounded so cheesy to say, but like I mean it seriously.
Yeah,
because like we have played this game a lot.
It's only been like, I've only been playing it for like 6 months, 9 months. I think.
Wow, really?
Somewhere between 6 and 9 months. It's crazy. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry.
I'm curious. When did I come out with the video for it? Which was like maybe even a month after the game jam, but your channel. I came out with the 10 months ago is when I came out with the is this game really that bad? Which means this game is almost like 11 months old.
Wow.
Because that video took forever to make, because it's like a 27-minute long video.
Wow.
Is that insane?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm playing this game
Time
for
flies,
almost
man.
a year.
We're getting old.
I mean,
old, man.
I've been at my new house for, a year and a half almost. So
let's dox this guy.
Yeah. My home
That's right.
address.
No, but yeah, that's true.
Deliver me pizza,
The one that lives on Drury Lane, or what is it?
I don't know.
From Shrek. Anyways, the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man? Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah, we did it.
Drury. Okay.
The Muffin Man? Yes, indeed. You gotta love when stuff is spelt like that.
Yeah.
Or typed like that. The Muffin Man.
Took a lot of effort. Effort, as they say.
Effort.
I
I still feel like God of Destruction needs something different, but he kind of just feels worthless a lot of time unless you're really doing bad. But I kind of do like. I almost destroyed one of my own things. If you didn't have trading posts,
yeah.
I totally
if I didn't decide to send you units instead of you doing a self-righteous suicide, something like that. So
I didn't even draw cards at the end there. I should have drawn.
No, you
4
didn't.
cards.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered.
No. 5. Oh yeah, 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm being skewed by my god.
By your god. By my god.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about the other version, and I think it's fine, but I also think it's not going to actually work as well. Because it's.
I guess why do you stack in that case? Is it just every time there's a draw, it's a unique one, and then everything from that turn stacks?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is the god will draw only 1 minion. Maybe it does need to be 2. I don't know, but whatever. It draws only 1 minion.
Oh, are you saying that all gods would change to only 1 minion as well?
Yeah. So this is the maybe like harder ones would have 2 or something, but the base default god draws 1 minion. This is obviously this is theoretical, so obviously different, but whatever. It draws 1 minion. If it ever draws any lands, perfect land to draw. The number of things it would draw are instead placed on as units. So I guess it would be... Okay. Yeah.
Is it 3 or 4?
It would start with 1, and then it would be 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, these could be like different numbers. This could be like a lot higher, potentially. But like if it never draws any of these, minions are never a threat.
Yeah.
That's
100%.
my worry with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Huh.
What?
I think I'm just thinking that through because like I was thinking. So like on chat, Maximus was talking about it a lot. Me and Maximus were going back and forth about it. If we did it this way, you could make minions more powerful and have more interesting effects and all that kind of stuff, right? But that feels like scope creep to me a little bit.
Agree. But I will say though, theoretically, in a world where you have a harder god with a 2, instead of it drawing 2 minions, it would just add additional units. Each minion would have starting at 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, you could do that. Well,
I would think that would make the most sense, right?
I don't know.
Because effectively each turn you're adding up all minion draw across the board and adding it to one super minion each time, correct?
Right. I guess, yeah. I mean, the symbolism and stuff like that could change. I don't know. This is definitely more confusing. I think the other one's, well, I don't know about more confusing, but it's
yeah. I think that this one is I think I like the other one more. Because okay, so I like the other one more for actually multiple reasons. So one, it still allows you to get swarmed by multiple minions, right? Because like you don't have to only have one singular minion draw per turn, which is kind of what this one does. It just makes a large unit, so it kind of feels bad, in my opinion. If you were to do that, why have minions? Just have additional monsters.
Right.
You know, just have an extra monster, guaranteed monster draw in that case. I think the minions the other way with the 4 unique ones and they stack, I think that makes more sense because it still has the player fantasy, quote unquote, of the minion attack swarms, you know? And then because you can still have moments of like 5 minion draw, you'll have 1 larger one, 2 small ones, and like I think that's more interesting. And it's more in line with what the game was meant to be, I think.
And
while
it stacks better.
Stacking and making it more interesting. So I think that makes more sense, Beats.
Yeah, I think so too. Deep 2 says, hold up, is that Checkers? Damn, that voice is doing something to me. Hi, Checkers, I miss your handsome face.
Yo, I don't know who Deep 2 is, but that's crazy.
Alfredo's old roommate.
Oh, that hot man. Oh, sorry. I it's fine. I find it funny to say that hot man right when you're
right after Grandma Petiti.
Right, yeah, Grandma Petiti's right there. Yeah.
Says hi Beats, hi Chex. Hello, how are you?
Hello, shalom. I'm like,
no, you're not wrong.
Titi. I literally did that the other day. I forget why. I was like, Grandma Titi. It was just in the brain hole, you know.
Sometimes it happens, you know. But yeah.
But anyways, those are my thoughts. I think the way that we just played was better, and I'm not biased because we just did it. I'm more biased just because it makes more sense.
I think so too. Like I'm thinking about this, and a lot more needs to change to implement this. The idea 2. Idea 2, a lot more needs to change. Idea 1, I basically just need to make 4 separate arts for the minions.
Correct. And you could, if you really wanted to, still have unique effects on those
exactly
4.
Yeah.
So I think if you wanted to let that scope creep, you could.
Yeah.
So I think first way is better.
I agree.
Plus more art, cool.
Yeah, I mean, technically the other way I can have more different minions, right? But
you could, but like that's more kind of confusing then.
Yeah, and that's even more stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to get your thought while you're here.
Oh.
So we've also been having a debate on minion monster splitting, right? So like monsters on this side, minions on this side, or however you want to do it, right? So like monsters go over here, minions go over here, right? As they're
yeah, and we still do turn order left to right.
And rather than them being interspersed throughout, right? Why are these so much bigger?
I don't know. That's so weird.
It's because I spawned them from a different thing.
You spawned the minions. Wait, that one, that one's slightly too small.
This one?
At the end. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
This one is 2 then. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez. So yeah, I don't know what I think of this idea. This is much easier to track. We're still on the minions. Shaking my head. We just tested. Also, sup, Maximus. I mean, sorry, Mortimus.
Yeah, Mortismus.
Yeah, Maximus got banned, so Mortimus is here now.
Oh geez.
Just to spite him. Yeah, part of the idea was like swapping these, but yeah, Maximus, we just Mortimus, we just tested we just tested the first idea we talked about, having one that you liked less, the one where you draw different types of minions and then they stack when they're drawn different types. So far, verdict is this one is good. we may have to try the other one, but honestly, I kind of really liked it.
Yeah, I think it made total sense. I think it stays true to the original thought process as well.
Of course it's good. I'm always no. It was the one that you didn't want to do. In this case, you were not right.
Wait, did you really SMH my head? So
he does that a lot. Yeah.
Shaking my head.
Yeah, he does that.
Anyways,
it's terrible for my dyslexic brain. I'm like SMH I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, and then I just die. But yeah.
So furthermore, going back to what you were saying, so
basically separating these two, it's easier to track. And it's technically makes the game harder because like monsters are always in like an order like this, and like things like Ravengers will more frequently be next to each other rather than being like next to a minion, right?
I think no, I like dispersed more. I like everything in one.
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense. I mean, like, obviously I see where the idea is.
Yeah.
But I think I like the randomness. I think it makes more sense instead of it just being like, okay, let's just do all the minions. Okay, blah blah blah. I like I don't know. Or maybe that's crazy to me, but
it feels like I mean, I'm not sure if that's like me being precious about the game or me thinking it like feels more thematically cool or what it is, but
agree.
But for some reason I like it better. I think there are reasons for it. I think it does have like there is something interesting to the minions being interspersed between, especially if you end up giving them different effects. Maybe they attack weakest. I don't know. That might be too powerful, but maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I guess to me it feels like if you were to do minions and they stack minions, I think it's better than just bulking all that at the end.
Yeah, if there are stacking, right, then separating them doesn't really make sense. Maybe the other idea where they're gaining units, separating them is a better idea, but
yeah,
because then you're not adding, it's not like this, and you're adding, okay, well, some units go here and then here and then here and then, so like that idea,
that's what I mean.
Probably
like
separating them makes sense, but if we're doing the
right, because you said you wanted it would just go to the weakest one first, right?
Correct. Yeah. So this
and then it would count up. Yeah, that would be really confusing if. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Great point. Yeah. So if other way separate, I think it will simplify tracking because you have to track it so much.
Yeah. I never realized SMH my head was anti-dyslexic. I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind. I usually just like ignore the second half now. I feel like the chaos that is mixed minions adds won't be as much as a factor unless you add more minion types, which you did say was planned, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly one of the biggest factors is this idea is a lot less work. There's gonna be a lot less balancing. The separate minion type stacking. Idea 1, we'll call it. I need a better name for it because it's whatever, but this is like so much less work. I need to create 4 artworks and that's about it. Because it kind of just works as is. Whereas, the other idea I feel like is going to require a lot more balancing. 5 type stacking, yeah. 5 type stacking versus minion units. Stacking types versus minion units, yeah. Sorry, what? Oh yeah, it was only 4 when we did it actually, which 4 seemed fine. 5 maybe could be a thing, but whatever.
I think 5 is too many.
Yeah.
Based on that game that we just played.
Yeah.
I think 4 is a good number.
We never had any stacking with 4.
Other than
not never. We had
2.
twice. 2 stacks.
Yeah.
Granted, that could have just been the game, but I think 4 is probably enough. Yeah.
Herm.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to try doing another one, or do we want to just, or what's your night looking like? Because I could work on stuff, or we could do another one, whatever you'd prefer.
That thing I have to do is in 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay.
And that will be like about a 15-minute adventure of sorts. So that kind of makes things difficult-ish.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I mean, I've got stuff to work on too, so if you want to just call it here and
we could, yeah.
Unless you want to just like play for half of it, take a break, and then come back to it. But I feel like that's going to be like kind of like
that would be too late. I think if I come back to it, that's the only issue for like the stream. I guess like not necessarily for me to play games. It's just more so like.
And then, like I can keep streaming. I've been streaming like 4 or 5 hours some of these streams, so I don't totally mind. It's just more like whatever. So I've plenty of deving to do, but were you close to losing at any point? And what was the old god? Old god was null, so standard difficulty. It's pretty much how I test anything. No, we never were close to losing. I think Swamp, Necromancer, and Butcher are just in dire need of just being nerfed. Is thing one. Thing two, we did lose, like 3 cards. I think we lost more. I guess you lost a few, but
I thought I got one. Oh, you got one.
But the stacking minions didn't feel bad to me. It felt pretty good.
Do we need to bridge the other guys?
What?
A bridge, because like there was UOP, right?
Abridge them? No.
Umbridge. Yes.
Umbridge.
Umbridge. Sorry.
So yeah. I feel like you should test 5 stacking, not even just to see how hard it is, just to see how it affects the game. Yeah, I mean that's also something, a potential to try. There it goes. Goodbye.
I think I am going to call it on that one.
Okay.
And I apologize.
No. That's totally fine.
But I feel like we had a good game.
We had a good game, and I learned a lot from that. If you want to stick around for 2 seconds, I can run another dev question by you. You can settle a debate.
Yes.
So we're also working on that Blackridge item, the tool. Soul jar / poison. The soul jar poison debate. Now hear me out. Sorry, it actually had a different name. It was soul thermostatic containment unit, I think, or something stupid. I don't know. I can't remember what they came up with. Sorry, Maximus, I'll answer your question in a second, but we're gonna go over this real quick.
Weapon wage.
So the soul jar, the idea of it, the wording is very hard to get correct.
No, I understood. Yeah,
but we maybe could get this down. I don't know. Essentially, during a creature event, you play this tool, and if the creature is 3 or less cost, I changed wage or cost to wage because it makes more sense, like a wager. Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, I will wage.
It just says wage, but not wager. But that's not right. There we go.
Doesn't matter.
You get to take the event into your hand once the event concludes, and then you are able to basically use it as weapon damage, and it deals weapon damage equal to the wager amount on the card.
Oh, interesting.
And then, so basically, it just turns the event into a weapon. You kind of turn it into into a damaging thing. And then if you corrupt your ability, you take a corruption, and then you can take any wager amount. So you can take like a 6-cost creature and attack with it. It's a cool ability. I'm gonna let you figure out your own thoughts, and I'll tell you what I think. Other option, much simpler, poison. Basically, it lets you play this card face up, and then you play rations, and those deal 1 damage each. You can spend rations to deal damage.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think that poison is really smart and allows you to not get screwed over by RNG as hard.
Yeah,
I think it's like an out in case you just got a ton of rations because you went to the carnival.
Yeah,
I think, and you also happen to draw that at the beginning, and you're like sitting there with 6 rations, and you only have a shotgun. You're like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah,
because I've been in that position.
There's a lot of complaints about that, about just like, oh, I only had rations that game and I couldn't do anything. So
yeah, I think that's a statement I've heard a lot.
Yeah,
Whether or not that's true.
It could be one of those like the typical like game feel versus game
feel versus game real, but
yeah. Yeah.
But so I think that makes so much sense. I think that's like a really smart card.
Yeah.
The tool Soul Jar I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
But it would have to be somehow limited to single event cards. Because like, what if you take the Dust Devil and like, do you take both sides of it?
Yeah, it would have to clarify.
And it's like, okay, crazy. What if you used it against, or what does it say? Can take any number. Would your mind can be any number? But I guess it's like, isn't there certain ones like the wolf, right? It has traps.
It's like a tool.
So what if you soul jarred the trap side? Does that mean that you get 2 tools?
Yeah.
Do you get 2 tools from your thing? Do you gain tools from the Dust Devil you're attacking?
There's a hell of a lot of caveats you have to put on this thing.
So like, not saying that that's not obviously how it would be actually handled, but I'm just trying to think of like race conditions that are like awkward.
There's a lot of like weird caveats to this guy.
I like the
idea. It was the Soul Thermostatic Containment and Transportation Device is what it is.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. I think that it's cool.
To be frank, sleeping on it, I'm on Poison's side, despite how much I dislike that. Yeah, I know. It's
I think Soul Jar is really interesting. I just think it's extremely difficult to balance.
I think Soul Jar maybe could make it in on, you know, the expansion pack one day when this game makes $1 million. But I think Poison's probably better for game balance.
Yeah, although does poison make sense the right word?
My thought was like you poison the food and then you could use it as like a
what if you did like what's like a Western food fight called?
Western food fight. A shindig.
Like a saloon brawl.
Because cards are items though, so it'd have to be.
You're right.
STCATD is a super broken /patch 37 or 73 different items cards in the expansion. True. But yeah, I think Poison's like it fits it fills like
oh sorry
gap.
I just realized what he meant. What the acronym was for.
What the acronym, it's
I kind of like the fact that it's like scatted.
Scatted, yeah.
Scatted. But anyway, sorry.
Scatted.
I think Poison's fine.
Poison
I think you could get fun with.
Yeah, maybe I can find a better name for it, but that was its temp name, right?
Totally. I think it makes total sense.
It fills a niche that needs to be filled And
I think
it adds utility.
Really cool.
It adds utility. Food poisoning.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I could see someone just like owning themselves by misplaying too.
Right. Yeah. You use up all your food, and you're like, oh wait, I don't have anything to use for mealtime.
Yeah, and then you're just like, crap. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. You know what actually could be interesting is if the corrupted. No, that doesn't make any sense. Never mind.
Corrupted poison.
I was gonna say the corrupted ability of poison would be you don't have to eat next round, but it's like, okay, but you took a corruption early, I guess.
Yeah.
So
right.
I thought that through.
Yeah. If I get I take a corruption to not take a corruption, it's like a. Yeah. It's like
so you just
pay it forward or whatever. Yeah. You take it earlier. It's not even like a. Yeah. You take this corruption at next mealtime.
and thematically it doesn't even make any sense. So
yeah.
Never mind. Disregard. I thought it through once I got there.
Yeah, maybe it'd be like 2 damage or something. Well, no, could be insane. I'll have to figure that out. Insane. But yeah,
it'd be broken. I think. Yeah. What you're telling me that 3 slop just like beat out the
yeah
the best weapon in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can also plan
coach gun. No.
You can also plan for a poison card to try to get rations, and someone else can read that you're gunning to get rations and assume that you have poison. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, there's lots of interesting interplay with it for sure. But yeah, you're out of here.
I gotta run because I gotta.
I appreciate you play testing and talking through that with me. So,
hells yeah. I think
all right.
Yeah. I forgot how much I liked armies against entropy.
It's pretty good, right?
Blackbridge like so much.
Yeah.
kind of for gore, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Gore. I mean,
he's kind of sick.
We've only had like a year to get sick of it, so.
But I think what's crazy is that I'm not sick of it, and it's also sick at the same time. You know what I mean?
Sick in the sense of being sick. Yeah.
Yeah, just like that guy.
It's like that
with
guy,
like TB or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right, dude.
All right, later.
I appreciate it. Bye. All right, let me get my headphones set up, and then we'll probably like get them off. I guess turn this off and whatever, leave the voice chat, get my audio all refixed. Oh god, I can hear my voice again. It's very loud. Maximus, there was something that you said here that I need to read. And after I read that, I am going to take a break, and then we'll probably work on some stuff. Adonymous, yo. I'm sorry I didn't actually say yo when you got in here. So, yo. Appreciate you being here, as always. Let's see. I feel like you should test stacking 5. I think I read that already. Not even just see how hard it is, just see how it affects the game. Yeah, we can play around with that for sure, right? That's easy enough. I was just using playing cards to illustrate it, so it should be easy enough to like play test in different ways, right? Also important, how do you rule on minion stacking, or do you give the stack multiple swamp triggers or just one, and does that stack give 1 big attack or a small attack? The way we did it was it worked with what am I trying to say? It did give multiple swamp. My brain's fried right now. Is one, and does that one stack have a big attack? Yeah, so we when a stack died, swamp only triggered once, no matter how many stacked, or no matter how many that had, right? No. I got what you mean. My brain is just running slow. I haven't taken a break in 2 hours, so and then when they attacked, it was 1 big attack. I was trying to decide whether to rule that one. I was not as certain. It felt more appropriate if it was one. If it died as one thing, it would also only attack once. The reason I went with that instead of it doing multiple attacks is because I feel like one big attack is stronger late game, where a bunch of little attacks is stronger earlier game. And maybe I'm wrong in thinking that. I don't know. That one I'm still unsure about. I'm on the side of multi-attacks, but you can go for big attacks too. They're both viable. Yeah. My thought is bigger attacks works maybe a little bit better because, like, the more stacks you have, right? It's more likely to kill something, as I shuffle it a bunch of times, it's more likely to kill something late game. Whereas if it's a bunch of attacks, it's just hitting a bunch of things that aren't going to die, right? I'd rather it be able to kill stuff late game than just lower your front line by a lot. That's my thought process. Feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong on that, but I feel like scaling wise, one big attack is better late game. That's my thought. Also, look at this cool counter. You can put it on top of cards and it shows how many stacks there are. So if you add more, it adds to the stack. It's kind of cool. You're correct. Although early strength of multi-attack is not as much as the strength gained on late game big attack. You're correct. Although the early strength of multi-attack is not as much. It's not as much as the strength gained. Yeah, that's true. Right. I wish I had the power to draw graphs in people's minds that I cannot explain myself. I think I see what you're saying. Because this is additive growth, not like multiplicative, so it can't actually it doesn't really gain that much power, right? And more attacks is stronger. I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Anyway, let me take a break. We're going to do an ad break and then I will be back and I think we're going to draw the poison card for Blackridge. Maybe talk about this a little bit more to get it kind of fleshed out, but I did like this playtest. We'll see what we how we feel though. So, let me run an ad and we'll be back in about 3-ish minutes. It runs the ad. There we go.
If you don't mind, just off the top of your heads, would you mind like telling us what your favorite and least favorite part of playing this was?
I'll be honest, and I hate to say this, but I don't think there was a single thing I enjoyed.
My friend Kyle and I made a game in 2 weeks for a competition, and as you can tell, it didn't go very well. But what actually went wrong? To get into that, let's start from the beginning. As I've been trying to get into more game development communities, I found myself stumbling into the homemade trading card game Discord server. And the coolest part about this server is that it hosted game jams, something that I usually thought was reserved for video games. For the uninitiated, a game jam is a competition where you have a set amount of time to make a game. Then you are given a prompt or theme to follow. Once the allotted time is over, the game is judged and you see who wins. Kind of like a 24-hour film festival or a hackathon if you're familiar with one of those. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into the development of our Game Jam entry for the May 2024 HTCG Land Jam, Armies Against Entropy. In preparation for this jam, I partnered up with my buddy Kyle. You may remember him from my first devlog of Soul. We made the original version together. Anyway, we decided the first thing to do was to look over the judging criteria, come up with a schedule, and divide up responsibilities. This all pretty much went out the window day one, so I don't know why I bothered telling you this, but let's get on with it. As I said, this jam was hosted by the homemade trading card game Discord community, and as with most jams, there was a theme to help keep everything fair and keep people from submitting projects they worked on for years or whatever. In this case, the theme was lands. For all you trading card game people, this was clearly very Magic the Gathering inspired. Upon hearing this, Kyle and I got a document together and started brainstorming ideas. This was pretty stream of consciousness, and we tried not to discount any ideas from the start. And while we didn't take all these ideas directly, a lot of them did help us come up with different mechanics for the game. So here's some of the ideas we came up with. Land is mana, basically like Magic the Gathering. I'll say this wasn't something we wanted to do, but it was worth putting out there because it's probably everyone's first thought. That said, our goal was to move away from this and defy any expectations. Land is a battle arena / cards you fight over. I'm pretty sure I've seen other games like this before. I couldn't name them off the top of my head, but I've definitely seen it. Basically, this would be a card that you play other cards on top of to battle. Then you get to claim the land if you succeed, which would then give you some sort of benefit or bring you closer to a win condition. A game like Stack Lands. The word lands made me think of the game Stack Lands. If you haven't played this game, I would definitely recommend it. This ended up being a pretty big inspiration for the game, so we'll get into that more a little bit later. Lands are spawner cards. I was originally thinking of Loop Hero when I thought of this idea, but we ended up kind of using a little bit of this concept, but not exactly from the idea that we wrote down. We'll get more into that later. So despite us saying we had 4 days to come up with a core idea on our schedule, we already had one day one. We liked the idea of something like Stacklands, a resource management game where you generate resources and battle monsters. We ignored the sort of survival aspect with the, exception of the battling monsters part. We also decided we wanted this game to be cooperative. We thought that it would work better for this sort of format and something more unique that we could bring to this jam. All right, y'all, Kyle had back. Work, so before starting this game in earnest, we did... If you're enjoying that video, check me out on Beats Creations on YouTube. Got a bunch of videos like that and whatnot. All right. God, I had my noise canceling on. I forgot to turn my ambient sound on my headphones, and now it just sounds so weird to talk out loud. Hello. We're back. Let me... Oh, do you want to go out now that you've been in? How do you hang out in here? Okay, thank you. But yeah. We'll see. I'm kind of feeling this idea. We'll maybe test out the other one. I probably should test it out, but my worry is that minions don't gain in power unless you're drawing lands that have minion strength, and that just gets kind of weird because then it's really, really dependent. And this just feels the most like the game currently is. The minion stacking versus minion units. Doesn't change the game too much, but I don't know. I gotta mull it over, but and probably play it the other way at least once to see how it goes. But that was not on the cards for today. My music is not going. Let me do this. Give me half a second. Let me turn it up a bit. So I can hear it. So I like to hear my own music. There we go. Okay. But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, Maximus, that the scaling eventually gets weird if they can't attack as much, right? Which is why your proposed idea I think your proposed idea scales better, right? It scales a lot better as far as difficulty goes. But the stack is probably... Yeah, it's probably a lot easier to do. Are you okay, kitten? Sorry, my cat's throwing up. You okay? No, Luna. Okay. Okay. What do you eat? Please hold. She's fine, but give me a second.
If you don't mind, just off the top of your heads, would you mind like telling us what your favorite and least favorite part of playing this was?
I'll be honest, and I hate to say this, but I don't think there was a single thing I enjoyed.
My friend Kyle and I made a game in 2 weeks for a competition, and as you can tell, it didn't go very well. But what actually went wrong? To get into that, let's start from the beginning. As I've been trying to get into more game development communities, I found myself stumbling into the homemade trading card game Discord server. And the coolest part about this server is that it hosted game jams, something that I usually thought was reserved for video games. For the uninitiated, a game jam is a competition where you have a set amount of time to make a game. Then you are given a prompt or theme to follow. Once the allotted time's over, the game is judged and you see who wins. Kind of like a 24-hour film festival or a hackathon if you're familiar with one of those. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into the development of our Game Jam entry for the May 2024 HTCG Land Jam, Armies Against Entropy. In preparation for this jam, I partnered up with my buddy Kyle. You may remember him from my first devlog of Soul. We made the original version together. Anyway, we decided the first thing to do was to look over the judging criteria, come up with a schedule, and divide up responsibilities. This all pretty much went out the window day one, so I don't know why I bothered telling you this, but let's get on with it.
You know what? It is quiet.
As I said, this jam was hosted by the homemade trading card game Discord community.
I turned down
and
my
as with
audio
most jams,
for
there was a theme to help keep
so
everything fair and keep people from submitting projects they worked on for years or whatever.
Yeah, sorry. Luna was she's like threw up a little bit. She's fine, but you know, cat things.
You okay?
Not the kitty. She's fine. She probably just like ate a bug or something and then decided she didn't like that. Yeah, but she's fine.
Right? You fine?
Is better, thanks. Okay, cool. That makes so much more sense. Yeah, because Checkers was saying my volume was low too, and I was like, so I just turned him down. But yeah, now we're good. Yeah, love Luna. Yep. Okay. Also, let's see. Also, if that was not apparent on minion units, the OG would draw 1 minion and 2 minion units. Ah, gotcha. I did not necessarily think that, but that does make sense. Which makes early game much harder, which is maybe okay, but, well, not much harder. It makes it different. I suggest a companion card. I was thinking about doing some sort of pet class. This game does have Soul Jar, though. Not quite, but it basically does. It has Charm, which does allow you to charm the enemy. It lets you take a minion on your side, essentially. So you can have one of these little guys on your side. So, kind of does. I did want like a Beast Tamer sort of card, which would be interesting, but I don't know how that would work. So yeah, makes the whole game harder to an extent. Yeah. I don't know. We'll try it out. I'm not, obviously not now, but we'll try it out. This I still don't know how to pronounce the acronym, but registered trademark, it's true. The stack nope. Was doing it earlier, but now the scatted. Anyway, Yeah, we're gonna think that through, probably play it one more time with the other version, and then with minion units and see how it goes. But I don't know. I feel like this is just much more in line with what the game already is, the minion stacking. It doesn't change too much, which is kind of nice for scope creep, right? That would be the biggest thing. I have the feeling the other one is going to end up being very, like a lot of things would need to change, right? So, shrug, we'll see. Anywho, let's do a little bit of drawing. Where did I get a Discord notification? Ah, stream chat. Sorry, I was not expecting. Big attack, multi-attack. Wait, multi-attack falls off? Yeah. If I had to describe my ideas, I'd describe them as either scope creep or insane. True. You do that often. Start drawing this before you got what I meant, so I'm sending it anyway. I do love it. Yeah, I mean, I really do want the game to get harder later, because... So I think the big attack is where we're at, but... Multi-attack is better early. Yeah, I kind of just think... But you're already getting multi-attacked early anyway, so it's like... I think the big attack makes more sense. Right? Because really what we need is the game to be harder later in a sense that way, but have less action economy that needs to be spent. Because action economy does need to be a resource, but it to a limit. But the enemy still needs to grow in power. So... But I guess that doesn't have to do with them multi-attacking. That has to do with whatever. You know what I mean. Probably. You probably know what I mean. Let's open Photoshop. Sorry, give me a second. You assume that without multi-attacks help, you'll enter late game with stacked minions. Maybe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, right? Because, yeah, I guess hurting the player early game makes it so later game it's harder for them to get to late game, which makes it more of a challenge, right? Anyway, the debate is largely getting into a conclusion. What is needed is testing. 100%. Very true. But it's looking promising, I guess, is how I'm feeling. At least stacking's looking promising. We'll have to try minion units out once at least, and then go from there. Maybe I'll do that one stream like on Monday or something. I'll just do a solo stream where I test it out myself. Just do like you know, solo playtesting, see how it goes, and then we'll move on. My brain's moving very slowly, but we're working. We're doing it. We need to get to drawing so I don't have to think so much. On that note, I have an idea. Should we do some A/B testing on closely related idea, like multi-attack and big attack? Are you saying like doing like running same game back kind of deal. As an Olgon player, decks are the same each test. Yeah. They are done simultaneously, so you can't predict the deck. Oh, Well, I did that once before, and like, I did that when I was testing, what was I testing? I think when I was testing card draw, or like the card playing rule, I did the same thing. And yeah, I technically, I didn't do it simultaneously, but yeah, because like I know what the like ideal move is regardless, and I would just play the move that I would do based on what I would think, right? It's like, well, I think this is the right move. But it could be a good idea to do for sure. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how far it gets, right? And whether it's like completely necessary or not. Because it might be like clear what makes more sense, right? But might not be. Might be something we have to test a few times. Because I did a lot of testing before I ruled multi-card to be, or like the card playing, you know, draw two, play two rule to be the proper rule instead of play one of each type of card. I feel like the card playing rule is kind of too big change for A/B testing. I kind of did that, so it's kind of what I did. I don't know, maybe it wasn't a card draw or card playing rule. It was something like that. I think it was when you play two, whether it was like you only could play one of any type, or if you could play two of any type, or something like that. It was something along those lines. I couldn't tell you exactly. But yeah. Let's draw. We're gonna draw some poison, unless if we can think of something better that makes rations deal damage, but I feel like poison makes the most sense, right? Do we have any other ideas besides thermoses? We're asking ChatGPT. Spicy food. It could be spices. Just make some hot sauce. Crackers with rat poison, arsenic. Yeah. Rotten or cursed food. Exploding food. Yeah, good one, ChatGPT. Weaponized food. Yeah, this needs to be an item, though. Haunted or sentient food. I do like that. The problem is it needs to be something that would alter food, I think. Like, so I think poison is the way to go. That way you can have a corruptibility that makes you skip this slot phase. It gives you a ration, letting you take half damage for that meal phase. At least technically. Oh, both A makes you skip a slop phase, and B gives you a ration, letting you take half damage for that meal phase. Yeah. Maybe. Trying to think that through. Just make it poison. That's also fine. Yeah, I'm just like wondering if I'm like, if doing more is overthinking it. I'm almost imagining it like I like the art of this. I feel like we could do just like a vial of poison and it'll look cool. Is it art time? It is art time. Once I decide on what I'm drawing, and I think it's just a vial of poison because I think that sounds cool to me and I have a vision in my head. So I think I might just go with that. I was trying to decide if something else made sense, but I think I'm just gonna trust myself on this one and just do poison. I'm crocheting while I watch. Should I make an axolotl or a stingray? What do you think, Maximus? I know you said the stingray was much more difficult. Wait, idea. I'm waiting. You draw a stingray and an axolotl. Poison toad. I think you should do whatever your heart desires. What do you have less of? An axleray. Ooh. Stingray. Is that your idea? Oh, no, that was what you're saying to do. An axleray would be kind of cute. The murder of Steve Irwin. No. Keep drawing, by the way. This is about the card's writing. Oh, okay, gotcha. Let me look up a poison vial. Can't multitask right now, right? Spelled vial wrong. The goal is to make it not look too much like Tonic, but I do like the aesthetic of how Tonic looks, like drawing how I drew the glass, right? So the goal is to make it not look too much like this. So I'm thinking maybe like a test tube more than a bottle. You said something about, I don't know if it's a good idea to let someone deal a bunch of damage with a lot of rations, right? I think so. I may have said that. I'm not sure exactly what my stance is on that per se. I'm sure I did say it, but I'm also not 100% sure I have a full belief system on how this card should work, you know? I'm looking at references, so sorry for the delay. Got some reference images. Grimagers. I'm not finding one that I like. Ooh, actually, wait, hold on. Here's one. I kind of want it facing... Let's just draw. Let's just draw. I feel like I'm sitting in the wrong spot. Like my... That's not a major concern that my idea isn't valid. I mean, even if you have like your hand full of rations and you play all of them, like you're still screwing yourself out of not having rations later on, right? So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of a debate currently. I'm thinking like a test tube sort of dealio laying on the table, right? And then having like little pools of liquid. Maybe not exactly like this, but something along these lines. And then maybe have like the cork. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure, Maximus. It could be an issue, but it's something that probably won't really know until we try to balance the game. We could even maybe have like a little bit of like, you know, smoke rising from it, but we'll see. Actually, if it's gonna be glass, this honestly might take me like 2 minutes to do. We'll see. I'm not sure if this is the right approach, just drawing it like this exactly, but we'll see. I guess it also needs like liquid in here, like in the vial. Maybe the liquid is more opaque. That seems to maybe make more sense. Yeah, this style is really weird to work with because it's like very it's very subtractive. I'm sorry, but I really wish Chex was here at the moment because he says what I think, and I'm so sorry. He says what you think. What, he just... Why are you this apologetic? Me? Wait, what's happening? Chex isn't dead, right? No, he's no longer with us, you know? I pieced out earlier. Are you saying that he says, like, whenever you're thinking something, he says this thing before you say it? Is that what you're trying to say? Or am I misunderstanding? That's what she said. I'm so lost. Never mind, I need to go to bed. I'm so lost. I'm probably just not understanding you, and that's probably on me, but my dyslexic brain is not capable of reading things right now, probably. We're trying to draw a more dynamic looking spill. I probably also need to go to bed. I actually didn't like sleep super well last night. It was kind of like one of those nights where you like, I woke up at like 5 in the morning and I'm like, I don't want to be up yet. This is not when I normally get up. And then, yeah, I proceeded to go back to bed, but it took me like an hour to fall back asleep, and then I slept for like another hour. So it's one of those things. where it's like my quality of sleep was bad. I feel like this needs to be more like more swoopy, you know? I think part of my problem is like is all of it, you know? The composition looks wrong because most of the items should be like centered and it kind of felt uncentered. I want something maybe more like this, right? You ever tried to just accept it and get up early? I have in the past, but not this time. Just not making a spill I'm happy with. You know what I mean? Tried the whole 4 a.m. thing once. It was absolutely not worth 0 out of 10. There you go. Yeah, I used to get up early to work on stuff when I was at my prop shop job. I used to get up early to work on my comic when I was doing that. Well, I worked at like 10. I started at 10, and I would get up at like, I don't know, 7, and work for a few hours before work, and then I would come home and I would work more on my comic. And those were my comic days. It was interesting. It was very productive, but I don't know how I was mentally at that point. How are we feeling about this? I know it's like very like nothing right now, but let's add some polish and see how we feel about it. It's very much just like a cylinder blob. But like the composition, we're looking at it like here. Does this look like a poison vial with some liquid? You know, that's kind of what we're wondering. I'm just trying to draw a spill I'm happy with, you know? Maybe the glass falling, breaking. Nah. Add a skull and crossbones. I can see that. Every poison vial has a skull and crossbones. It's true. You're not wrong. Cusco's poison. Indeed. Question is, how detailed do I get on that? Because it's gonna be like, you know. We're gonna get more detailed, don't worry about it, but maybe there needs to be like a label. And this is all negative space. Yeah. I feel like we need to see another card you've made to get to like cross-reference the aesthetic. Yeah, it's kind of like in a super like whatever state right now. This is gonna be the easiest way. I could just show you because I'm in the dock. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it this way. There's loaded deck, chicken's foot, tomahawk, derringer. Tonic is probably the one that will look closest to what I'm working on right now. Beans, slop, canteen, bedroll, lantern. Also kind of same sort of glass effect on there a little bit. Lasso, dice, and you get the point. Coach gun. So I think we're doing okay right now. Das. Is that dice? Okay. I think we do this. Then we do this. It's really interesting to work with the negative though. It's very like, I don't like that. It's like a lot of subtractive. It's almost a lot more like sculpting in this style than it is drawing, you know? It's kind of interesting. Here, it might help if I do this too. Hold on, hold. Everybody calm down. Oh, it's because I don't have one. Hold. What's it called? Wooden Navigator. There we go. Hold on. Why is it not working? It's like the wrong scale. There we go. There we go. The forbidden juice. So now, no matter how zoomed in I am, you can still see it. You can see the bigger picture. Now that's a vial of delicious looking arsenic. Alright, honestly, now we just basically well, I might need to do a little bit more erasing, but then we Then we do some a lot of blending. And I guess we're gonna make this a transparent liquid, which means it looks like this before we do the blending. That's some high quality H2O. Maximus, did you see the oh, actually no, I showed it on stream, never mind. I was gonna say I posted the video where you guys tried to drown me to death. Made a short of it. Thought it was funny. It actually performed like the best out of any of the shorts I've done. Which is kind of funny. No, we just keep pushing this until it looks like glass. We will have to do like a little bit of tweaking here, but maybe you can start to see the vision now. If you hadn't already. All right, need to do a bit of cleanup work here. I think it's going along. The label also should be like rounded because right now it's really flat and it doesn't look like it's applied to a three-dimensional object. It looks 2D. So we gotta curve either side of it. That looks a lot better. I think we're gonna need to make the skull a bit more skull-like. Looks too low fidelity right now. Thing is looking cool. Yeah, honestly, I learned since doing this project, I learned how much the smudge brush can come in handy. Before, well, I kind of knew a little bit. I hadn't used it enough. And this is finally like kind of reinforcing that idea that it actually is a great tool for drawing. I just want the outlines to be a little bit darker. Hey everyone, don't forget to blink. If you're thinking about forgetting to blink, don't do it. Would not recommend. It looks a little bit different than my style right now, or than the style of this game. We might be falling off a little bit. This cork would be maybe give it some texture. I don't know. Reverse. It just feels like it needs something, and I don't know what that something is. Vapor, well, not the piece as a whole. I meant the cork specifically, but maybe vapor is the answer. I was thinking about having something like that. Cork just looks too flat, you know. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of grit. A little texturiness. By just erasing it and then filling it back in, sort of bad. That was a little bit of something there. Yeah, and the water, or not the water, but the poison itself might be a little bit too, I don't know, it looks a little bit different than, let's pull up, well, first, let's just do this. Let's make this so it actually fits the style a little better, so we're not, it's a linear light. Linear light, and it's at what, 40%? 40%. So that's going to be more what it looks like final result. I do want to compare it to Tonic. Okay, the liquid should be darker. Is the answer to that. Granted, you know, the liquids could be different colors. One could be more opaque and one could be more whatever, but I'm trying to keep the style consistent. I'm trying to decide if I split the difference or not. And just make this like a mostly darker liquid, but not fully, so it's like still sort of transparent. But at the same time, I don't really do that often, and that might just look a little bit, again, out of place. So I might just fully darken it. As much as I'm kind of like meh on that, because it looks good, but it just doesn't fit the style, you know? I went too far. That feels better to me. Feels more in line with the other items. Okay, I definitely need to make this skull and crossbones look better. I do not like it currently. It's too cute. Part of me was tempted to put like some sort of text down here, but do I want to actually? I don't think I should have text on anything. I haven't done it before. Why start now? You know, I never do this for some reason or another. But how do we do this again? Oh wait, I'm being dumb. Oh god. Let's rotate our canvas. Wow, who would have thought? I think what I might do is the old classic and grab... Actually, how are we doing? Are we 5 minutes till ad? We'll probably go until we're done with this card, and then when I'm done with this card, we'll be done. But if we hit the ad before then, we will take a, you know, 2 minute break, 3 minute break technically. We are going to grab the skull from my games. Death effect icon. Okay. That's just a little bit large, some might say. Just a little big. Some might say it's kind of large. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go like this. Then we can just alt click this. We can alt click, control click that, Don't listen to me. Actually, we want it to be down a smidge. There we go. We can control click it, which selects it, and then we can just... And we can go to this other layer, and then erase everything underneath it. And there you go. Look at that. Ain't that fancy? Make the bones look more bone-like. More symmetrical. Oops. What have I done? There we go. Closed my OBS there for a second. Not closed it, but minimized it. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to done. We'll probably hit the ad. We'll just barely finish this after, and then we'll call it a day. It'll be about that time. This is a little too good looking now. It's funny when something looks the difference between looking too good and not good enough. They're slim. All right, so we'll rotate back to normal. There we go. There we go. I think I want a blob here. Thoughts, queries, inquiries, quandaries? Do we like it? Do we hate it? It's no soul thermos, but you know. I think it looks good. I think we're done. Probably. I don't know what else to add, you know? I think we're good. I think we're done. We are hitting ads. We'll get through those and then we'll wrap up. Let the BRB.
If you don't mind, just off the top of your heads, would you mind like telling us what your favorite and least favorite part of playing this was?
I'll be honest, and I hate to say this, but I don't think there was a single thing I enjoyed.
My friend Kyle and I made a game into much more time and balance monsters and players, around 11. That includes making the players only version and the monster version, and playtesting both. This was possible because of a few tools: Google Sheets, Dexterous, and Tabletop Simulator. Google Sheets allowing us to make spreadsheets for our cards, Dexterous being able to interpolate that information into cards, and then seamlessly importing it into Tabletop Simulator. I'll probably be making a video on that at some point, but I would definitely recommend checking that stuff out if you're making your own game. And because these tools were available to us, we were able to make a fully playtestable version in 4 hours. And the crazy part about it is that it was fun. We were already seeing the game taking shape, the game felt cool, and the interactions and synergies of the cards were already coming together. We were just having a good time playing. So now that the game was functioning, let's actually explain how the game works rather than just talking in vague terms. First, the players would select a god. The gods act as a sort of passive bonus along with being your lose condition. If your god dies, you lose the game. You also choose your opponent's old god to serve as the difficulty of the game. Then players would draw cards from their deck, and that's basically the extent of setup. Then on a player's turn, they will draw a card and play cards into their play space. This includes heroes, structures, lands, and spells. After cards are played, then you enter the unit phase. Here, any cards that gain units do so and are placed onto the cards. From there, you're allowed to move the units from card to card, granting them more power. Effectively, these units grant you more health, and if the card can attack, it grants them more attack power. After this, you are allowed to attack, and then your turn will be passed to the next player. But before we talk about attacking, let's talk about the enemy. The old god determines how many cards it draws per turn. As it draws cards, they are placed in order and then resolved. Monsters with an attack order attack, and then all other cards do the effect that is set on the card. So with all that said, let's go back to attacking. When a player attacks a monster, they must have a sufficient number of units to destroy them. When they do so, they will lose the number of units equal to the card's power level. On the other hand, if a monster attacks, the player's card will lose that number of units, but the monster will not take any damage. And lastly, if a player manages to destroy all the other old god cards from their deck, then they can attack the old god directly and win the game. Now that you get the point of the game, let's change it completely. Okay, not really, but hang tight as I explain. So, as I mentioned before, we wanted to do some sort of conquest mechanic, allowing players to take monster cards and use them as their own, and vice versa. Kind of like one of those games where you send spaceships to other planets and take them over, or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but there's like 1,000 mobile games like them, so I'll probably show some on screen right now, I guess. Either way, the first playtest went so well that we had some concerns about changing. But not for long. I think we're just going to, just not for long, you know what I mean? We could be immortal. I think we're just, I think we're good. I think this is done. Oh, technically we need to add little splotches on here. This is, I think, where the, because, like, usually there's something on the cards, and, like, I guess we need to do that. We'll do that and then we'll be done. Like, these little sort of things. Yeah, we'll do, like, little stains in some of the corners. And then we'll be done. For real. What time is it? 10:12. $8:12 here, yeah. It's late. Time do be moving, you know? I'm still used to being 2 time zones away from me homeland. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel you there. Although I really don't. I've never really lived away from a time zone, you know. from my homeland time zone. There, a water splotch, done. Move it north of there. We'll do one more. And then maybe for good measure, we'll maybe do the old blood splat. Next time, it'd be cool if you did side by side of the original sketch to the final drawing. See, the thing is, this one I don't even do a sketch. The final drawing just kind of turns into the final drawing. It's partly just like the style, you know, because I'm almost like I said, it's almost like sculpting more than it is drawing, you know, just like with the style that this is, where it's kind of like the negative space, right? It's like all silhouette. I'm not happy with this for some reason. It's just too small. No, it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's just full. Yeah. All right, I think we're done. Yeah, because I mean, normally I would definitely do. I could show a sketch and I could show, you know, how it turned out, but the sketch kind of just evolves into the final piece, you know. Let me just do one last thing. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's export this. This is going to be called Poison. Let's make sure I'm spelling it right. I think I am. I'm just bad spelling. Yeah. Poison, as they call it. Let's just close out of this. We can implement it into into the thing real quick, but I think then we're done. Then we gotta find someone to raid. Make some friends, maybe. Mayhaps. Or raid someone we already know. I don't know yet. This is no longer called Jar. This is Poison. Poison Vial or just Poison? Poison. For now, we'll just throw this text in there, but it probably needs different text. We'll go over it next time. Doesn't have anything yet. Need lore for it as well. We need to come up with some flavor text. But we need to go here. We're gonna go to images. Hello, Dexterous. There we go. Who is the website? Website might be messed up, but we'll see. Unless they didn't update and it just looks different. Yeah, we'll show you what it looks like on the card and then we'll call it a day. That is not how that works. Uploading, uploaded. Copy. Okay, in theory, if we go back to here, this will work. And then we shall be done. Does anyone have yeah, wait. There it is. Of course, a lot of it's covered up by text, but you know, here we are. That's how it works. That's how it works around these parts. Might have to go in and touch some of it up, but for now it's good. It's time to be done. Yeah, because these I think look a little bit better. Maybe I'll just copy them or something. I don't know. For now it's good. What's Tonic look like? Wait, Tonic is... Oh, that is Tonic. Never mind, I'm dumb. Poison do be looking tasty, right? Yeah, there it is. It maybe could be a little bit bigger. I'll do some tweaking later, but for now, we do need to come up with like an actual description. We need to come up with a corrupted ability, and we need to come up with what's it called? Some flavor text. But for now, I get now I baby string bleach. Good God. The stream has been eye-opening for Dingus. I guess so. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to find someone to raid now. I think I'm tired. Never find my full camera display. It's like, where is this on OBS? Okay. Let's find someone. There are people we could raid that we know. But as per usual, I kind of like finding someone new. Just because it's fun. But of course, that takes me 7 ever. Part of me wonders if I should try to, should we raid someone, like, who's looking at, like, cards? Like, who's doing, like card opening? Just for the giggles of it. It's not something I'm... Yeah, like Pokemon card opening, yeah. It's not something I'm particularly interested in, but I think, to be honest, I'm not planning on sticking around either way, so we could just hype up someone gambling for no reason. Mostly, so this is mostly a selfish move, right? Like I'm curious to see how how people who like trading card games are going to react to someone who's making games, you know? That's my thought. Very interesting. Go for it. It's a smart tactical move. We'll try it. This is the first person I found opening cards. They're doing... Oh, Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy stuff. Right, that's a big thing right now. YOLO, right? I see no harm and only benefit. Right. Let's give it a shot. I know that's like a big thing right now too, the Magic Gathering. And I know more about Magic than I do about Pokemon, so we'll do that. All right, y'all. We found one. We're gonna go check them out, see how they are. I will see you all on Monday. We'll probably do, I guess, more editing, or more, not editing, more game dev stuff. We might finish up that item, and then maybe we'll try doing a little bit of solo playtesting. I'm kind of unsure. But we are kind of like running out of stuff to do in a way, at least running out of interesting stream stuff. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you everyone for checking out the stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you as always. I'm just gonna need to keep talking because I didn't hit the raid button yet, which means I need to wait 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna keep talking. And yeah, it was great having you all here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for talking. Farewell. Goodbye.